Alright, welcome back to Elder Scrolls Online. We have a quest here, nothing to sneeze at. I forgot what we were doing. First, let's take a look at our social. We do have mail. Alright, so a couple of videos that we're recording now may sound a little bit different because, one of my cables just went out on me, so we're recording in mono for the voice, for the game stereo. So a couple of things may be missing, a couple of sound effects may be missing, but we should have that rectified in a few days. Yeah, let's see what we had here. Journal. Okay, so Tilenra, a Telvanni healer and herbalist, has served the people of Suran for years. Unfortunately, a Mages Guild healer named Menaldinion, yes, I remember that, has opened up a shop of his own and has taken a keen interest in disrupting Tilenra's business. As expected, Menaldinion has no intention of apologizing for his rude behavior and the bliss advertisements. I should talk to Tilenra to discuss the next move. I say free market. Competition is good. So, if it comes down to that, I'm not... Oh yeah, this is where we stopped. We were checking these books for... Yeah, here we are. We were checking these for lore books. Okay, Dark Elves, Dark Hearts. From the Journal of Wandering Laborer, Bakazog Grosok. That sounds like an orc. Exactly. Orcs catch it in the tusks, no question. Doesn't matter where I go. I could be hauling rope in Wayrest or laying bricks in Bergirma. Wherever I travel, I hear it. Savage. Brute. Beast. It used to really tear me up. I'd look at my reflection in a bowl of water or a shop window and think, you know, maybe they're right. But not anymore, not since I moved to Vvardenfell. You want to get a good look at what savage really means? Come spend some time with the Dark Elves. Sure, they clean up well. Everything here is clean and polished and pressed, but if you pull back the curtain even a little, you'll see evil. And I don't mean a clumsy, childish evil. I'm talking about real evil. Lusty, red-eyed, and smiling like a daedra. Enslavement, murder, deception, cruelty. Name a sin and you'll find it venerated. Name a daedra and you'll find it worshipped. This island is corrupt, straight down to the marrow. Don't believe me? Alright, let's talk about bugs. Vvardenfell is crawling with insects, some as small as babe's toenail and some as big as mammoths. That alone wouldn't be cause for concern. I mean, the Ichter back home gives some folks the creeps. Most of these critters are hard to look at, but the real horror doesn't come from the bugs themselves. It comes from what the Dark Elves do to them. Take the Nyx Ox. Never seen one? Picture a flea the size of a horse, propped up on 6 hairy stilts. Got it? That's the Nyx Ox. Far as I can tell, they're gentle creatures. They don't bleat or grunt like other pack animals. They just wander about, grazing on hardened mushrooms, cracking them open with their great big mandibles and lapping up the fungus inside the husk. Gentle giants they are. Too gentle, I think. Early in the morning, while the beasts are still dozing, 6 or 7 Dark Elves will descend upon the herd like a pack of greedy Welwas. It doesn't take long for them to goad a dozen or so Nyxes into wheeled ox pens. The leader of the crew will take a quick survey of the catch and mark their chitin with black chalk. Princes, you see. Of course, some don't get... No, prices, you see. Of course, some don't get marked. Some are too frail or too small to be of use. Rather than letting the creatures go, one of the wranglers will jab them with a spear, right beneath the chin. See? Then they kick them out of the pens and leave them to rot. The sad thing is, these are the lucky ones. Nyx oxen that make it to market are divided into 2 groups, Nyx Tovo and Nyx Rimmer. Tovo oxen tend to be older and larger. You can snatch up 2 or 3 for the price of a single Rimmer. For the longest time, I couldn't figure out why. I finally asked one of the wranglers to explain why the larger, stronger Nyx oxen are so much cheaper. Hide's too thick, he said. Can't pry it. You see, an older Nyx's chitin is as thick as oak bark. It cracks under pressure. Younger Nyx's hides, however, are more pliable. With a bit of pressure, you can separate the plates to see the organs underneath. This axis is what makes Rimmer oxen so valuable. Wealthier farmers hire specialists called drenolins to train their Nyx oxen. It's a softer way of saying break. The adrenaline bores into the poor beast's back with an obsidian drill and pries open the flesh to expose a bundle of nerves resting in a cavity they call the drive chamber. They set a few hook-like pods into the viscera and then reset the plates. It takes the better part of an hour, but by the end, the ox is docile as a lamb. It just stands there. No restless pacing, no nervous twitching of the mandibles. Not alive, not dead, just a husk. I won't lie, it's hard to watch, but you know what's the scariest part is? The scariest part is how bored everyone looks. I looked into one of those Adrenaline's eyes as he pried a Nick's ox backs apart, and you know what I saw? The same face my daughter makes when she melts an etcher. A weary, disinterested, nothing face, totally oblivious, immune to shame. I'll admit, I'm no green child. I'll polish off a rack of spare ribs and wash it down with a pig gin without batting an eye. But digging around inside a beast's brains, turning it into a zombie, it takes a black heart to do something like that. And you know what? Dark elves do it all the time. I didn't know that. What is this? Let's see. Blessed Almalexia's Fables for Morning. The tallest shroom beetle. A shroom beetle, lamenting its small stature, crawled upon the top of a great mushroom and gazed out at the ashlands and cried, quote, "Ha, there is no shroom beetle taller than I. There is nothing I cannot seek," end of quote. Just then, a cliff racer swooped down and plucked the beetle from its perch. The beast grinned a wide, toothy grin and said, "Had you stayed on the ground, I never would have seen you. Is it not better to be short than dead?" Alas, the beetle learned too late that forsaking one's nature brings nothing but ruin. Fables, okay? The Tale of Two Herders. Two Gua herders met in the market square preparing to sell their stock. The shorter of the two laughed at the other and jeered, quote, "You bring only one Gua to the market? Look upon my herd, I have brought 10 and 20 and stand to make a fortune," end of quote. The tall herder merely shook his head. "You may have 10 and 20 Guas, but they are scrawny and frail. Better to have one steady beast than have 100 sickly ones." The short herder released an oafish chuckle, and prepared to usher his beasts into the pens. Just then, a great ash storm arrived and pummeled the market with howling winds and choking fumes. Eventually, the storm relented. The tall herder and his great strong Gua were unharmed, but the short herder's Guas were thrown this way and that, and none of them had survived. "Do you see now, my friend?" the tall herdsman said. "Numbers are no substitute for quality." The friendly Alid. A jovial Alid pranced across the ashlands, ever watchful for a beast it could call friend. Presently it came upon a Nixhound who was preening itself in an ash pit. The Alid smiled a great smile and cried out, "Greetings, friend." The Nixhound, seeing the Alid's huge teeth, panicked and dashed into a rock. The Alid sighed and pranced on. In due course, it came upon a Vvardenfell rooting through a beetle nest. "Hello," the Alid shouted, smiling widely and revealing its huge sharp teeth. The Vvardenfell squealed in terror and scampered off in the bushes. The Alid released another mournful sigh and trundled on toward the shore. Finally, it spotted an ashhopper rolling in the sand. The Alid summoned up its wildest, most cheerful smile and said, "Hail, ashhopper!" The ashhopper leapt back in horror and sprang away as fast as it could. The Alid was heartbroken. "I will never have a friend as long as I have these terrible teeth," it hissed. The beast resolved to be done with them altogether. It took a huge rock in its mouth and bit down hard, knocking out all its teeth like a box of loose nails. Finally, it sighed. Other beasts will no longer be afraid. Just then, a great Kaguti arrived, stomping its feet and preparing to pounce. The Alid growled and opened its wide jaws to frighten the predator away, but the Kaguti just laughed. "You fool! You have no teeth left in your head." The Alid realized his folly too late. The Kaguti lunged and swallowed the cheerful beast in one huge gulp. "So you see, child, that which we hate in ourselves is often our greatest gift." I agree. Let's see, Vivek and the Cripple. Lord Vivek, while walking down a road, came upon a cripple with a gnarled and withered hand. "Young Bravo," the cripple cried, "will you not help an oathman in need?" Vivek stood before the cripple and furrowed his brow. "What is wrong with you, old Mer?" he queried. The cripple lifted his hand and replied, "Do you not see my withered hand? It is twisted as old roots and pains me greatly when the storms roll in. Women shun me because of its ugliness, and children run at the sight of it. Please have pity." Vivek stood quiet for a moment, then drew his bright sword and severed the mare's hand in one clean stroke. "Oh!" The cripple howled in pain as the warrior poet dressed the wound. "Do not brawl so, old mare," said Vivek. "Do you not see that I have done you the greatest kindness? Better to be done with an evil than carry it for pity's sake." No, that was just mean. That was just mean. I mean, leave the guy with his hand. Why cut it off? No need to cut it off. I'll just leave it there. I'll just leave it be. If you're not gonna heal him, I'm really starting to question the tribunal. I don't think they're really gods after all. Ithgluyur, whatever that is. We all remember Annie Prawl. Went out to sea one day. Ithgluyur bit off her head. Beneath the sea of grey, beneath the sea of grey. And what about Teresa's son, a brave, handsome boy? If Glear has ate him up, his mother's pride and joy, his mother's pride and joy. Oh, how we mourn our good man Thorm, whom his sword catch the beast. If Glear ate him whole, and then he ate the priest, and then he ate the priest. Okay, this is going to be the last one we read before we start to move on. Let's see. Truth in Sequence, Volume 1, taken from the sermons. Oh yeah. By the word, I win the gears. How does one come to know the clockwork God and Father of mysteries? Our Lord Vivek and the Lady of Mercy, Almalexir, are known to us. Their faces are known to us. Their words are known to us. But what of Sosasil? He who is distant in both position and intent, ever watchful but seldom seen, ever worshipped but seldom heard. He is the mainspring ever wound, the unmoved mover, hidden within his clockwork city, whose voice is the divine metronome. As Tribalon, I speak his truth as I know it. I say the words in sequence so they can be known by the people. The sequence is but a shadow of the truth, but minds such as ours cannot bear the ordered and sequence. Minds such as ours cannot truly know themselves, not yet. The first truth of the mainspring ever wound is the truth of Nirn. The soul of Nirn has two faces. The first is known to us, the Nirn prior, or the Nirn of many parts. It is a Nirn in pieces assembled by the unsteady hand that has yet to find itself. Its oscillations irregular, its going train disrupted by fear and delusion. Its faults are not in its parts, but in its assembly. Its gear is a god, its spring is a thought. But a mechanism built by many hands cannot know the precision of the master craftsman. The Et Adar gears cannot bring forth a true Nirn, because they know only its parts, they cannot see the whole. The eye of Sothasil ignores such division. Where the broken gods only see pieces, our father Sothasil sees the whole. He sees the second Nirn. The second Nirn, the inch-owed Nirn ensuing, the thought form that anticipates the world to come, Tamriel final, Anuvana sea. Only Sothasil knows its shape. Its nature lies forgotten in the before time when Anu broke itself for wisdom's sake. Our lessers know the source as two forms, Anu and Padome, but this binary is without merit. One of the Lorcan's great lies meant to sunder us from the truth of Anuic unity. Our father Sothasil would have us know the truth. There is no Padome. Padome is the absence of value, the lack, a ghost that vanishes at first sight, a nothing. There is only Anu, sundered and known by many names, possessing many faces, the one. When Anu broke itself, it did so to understand its nature. In its sundering, the values that swarm in its vastness thought to know themselves. The Et Adar gears gave themselves many names and set their will to building. Alas, they heeded the counsel of Lorcan and forgot the face of Anu. They thought themselves distinct and whole. And so many hands assembled the world, each with separate intention and selfish purpose. The Nirn of many parts was the result. A broken and leaking steamship that lists ever windward. But rejoice, children of the tribunal. In his wisdom, the mainstream Everone seeks to reclaim our lost heritage. His heart is oiled and calibrated, pumping dark truth as blood. His mind is the god mortar, where the fractured values of Anuic nature are ground and weighed, unified through his will alone. From this great labor, a new Nirn will be born, Tamriel final, Anuvasi. I pray that we see the fruit of his labor, a perfect world without Et Adar gears, without the illusion of change, watertight and everlasting. By the word I win the gears. Okay. Okay, I think we've done enough catching up here. Let's head back downstairs and let's continue this quest. Let's go find the lady and talk to her. Talk to Turner below. Okay, we have a problem. Hold on a second. Okay, I'm gonna hope that fixed it.
Did he now? Well, he'll certainly regret that. I've cooked up a wonderful plan to teach him the value of alchemy, but I'll need your help. What do you say? Up for a bit of poetic justice?
Maybe. What do you plan to do to him?
Oh, come on now. I'm not going to poison him. I'm going to brew a potion that requires precise timing and freshly harvested lichen. The one that grows at the base of the Emperor Parasols. If you gather the lichen, I can focus on the instruments.
Alright, go. I'll gather the fresh lichen.
Meet me near Menaldinion's house and we'll put my plan into action.
I was hoping to have the option to not join her on her quest, because I honestly don't see what Menaldinion has
Even
done
if you
wrong.
hadn't destroyed those shipments, I'm sure the Tribunal would have stopped the plague before it reached Morrowind.
I don't see what Menaldinion did wrong. It just brought some much-needed competition to the marketplace. Yeah, but I'm basically trying to get stereo out of mono. So, I don't know how many videos I'm going to record today. Probably 5 or so. So, there may be about 5 videos with this audio problem. But I intend to go out and get another cable tomorrow. And have this problem fixed. So, you may actually just see the difference in about 5-6 videos from now. We'll see. Let's get back and talk to Tilenra. Looks like there's probably been an update to Elder Scrolls Online because the horse riding animations are back to what they were before. For a number of days there, they were funny and strange, but it looks like that's been fixed.
There you are. Any luck finding the lichen? We'll need to be quick if we want full potency.
Unfortunately, yes, we found it.
Perfect. You may have noticed an odor. It's subtle, barely noticeable in fact, but once I add it to this wickweed and quama shell solvent, ha-ha! The perfect pheromone for the common house cat.
Wait, your revenge on him is house cats?
Surprised? He may have squeezed a few secrets out of me, but he revealed some facts about himself along the way. For instance, he's violently allergic to cats. Sprinkle this potion over the plants near his door, and the results should be dramatic.
Yeah.
Handkerchief.
She's anti-capitalist, anti-free market. And I'm forced to help her.
Cats?
Poor guy.
No, that was just... Did you see the look on his face? Aeon's mercy, he certainly wasn't exaggerating about that allergy. What a buffoon!
So what now? Do we just leave him in there?
No. As much as I'd like to, you know the healer's oath. Do only moderate harm to those who cross you. I brewed a tea that should alleviate his symptoms. You can give it to him, but only if he agrees to come out and make a public apology.
What if he refuses?
Then leave him to his sniffles and blubbering. Patients tend to avoid healers covered in their own snot. He can settle this business with his reputation intact. All he needs to do is apologize.
Okay, we'll see. I think he'll apologize. Let's see what he does.
Oh, everything itches. Damnable cats!
You don't look so good.
Don't be coy. I know who's responsible for this travesty. I never should have told that scheming witch about my allergy. What a low-born, wretched, undignified prank.
Well, she brewed a curative tea, but demands that you apologize.
Apologize? To a grubby Telvanni piss peddler? Are you deranged? I shall report her. I shall... Oh, what's the use? Fine, she wins. Ifray's bones. What a monstrous injustice. Oh, just give me that swill. This had better work.
Okay, I'll let her know you agreed. Come out when you're ready.
So, did Menaldinion relent, or should we leave him to his wheezing?
He agreed to come out and apologize.
Oh, thank goodness. Luring cats to his door every day would have gotten awfully tiresome. In the end, he'll see it's for the best. Collaboration always yields better results than competition. You and I are proof of that, right? Thanks again, Sarah.
I'm not sure I agree, so we're gonna get a Stain Alchemy Smock and Sir Sock's Ball of Yarn. Whatever that is.
Tilenra, I wish to thank you for that most delicious tea.
And?
Your alchemical skills yield impressive results.
And?
It was rude of me to malign your alchemical practice. I apologize.
Menaldinion, I forgive you. There's no reason for us to be at odds. We should try to cooperate, yes?
Yes, agreed. So, now that we're on good terms, can you please shoo these horrid creatures away from my clinic?
Of course. I brewed just the thing.
Okay, I guess we're done with these two. Okay, now let's go to the next place that probably needs our attention. The Vizier did not mind.
Be seeing you, partner. Farewell.
Yeah, we'll catch up later. First, there is this Balmora. Let's head over there.
What is it?
Okay, let's look around and see, does anybody in this town have, is there? Okay, there's, we can go and get our horsey ride upgrade. We haven't gotten an upgrade in a very, very long time.
House Telvanni still keeps slaves?
How else do those lazy mages?
The golden gua sleeps quietly in the night. Pass it on.
Okay. Oh yeah, what were we doing? Let's max at our speed. Okay, that's new. Before that, we were not getting those notifications about your skill increasing or any of that kind of stuff. That's definitely new. But we're in Balmora, and I'm sure there's a lot going on here. So let's start talking to some people and find out what's going on.
I can't believe they want us to go outside the house. You look like the traveling sort. In your excursions, have you perchance come upon a young dark elf named Vale? She went missing a couple of weeks ago, and her father desperately seeks any information regarding her whereabouts.
I don't think I've seen anyone named Vea.
That's a shame. Her father, Eris, the house counselor here in Balmoral, promises that anyone who can find his daughter and return her safely to his side will be well rewarded.
Can you provide me with any additional information?
You should speak to Counselor Eris. He's opened the kin house to interview potential recruits. Freelancers, as it were. If you're interested, go speak to the counselor. The longer Vare remains missing, the more distressed Counselor Eris becomes.
Okay, I'll speak to Counselor Eris.
Counselor Eris can be found at the Redderin kin house, and do hurry. He's ever so troubled by our failure to locate young Vare. If he finds that an outsider can succeed where the houseguard has failed, so be it.
You don't seem to like the idea of the counselor seeking help in this matter.
I have no issue with Counselor Eris seeking help. It's where he's decided to get that help that concerns me. House Redderin doesn't need outsiders to take care of its business. But who am I to question a house counselor?
Well, clearly you guys are not getting the job done, so what's wrong with him looking outside? You know? Okay, so we need to talk to Counselor Eris. Let's take a look at a few of these there. What's this? Hall Steward, Stable Master. This is a bank. Oh, Tribunal Temple. Mystic tends to all things. Here we have a cooking fire. Yes. I've been mentioning that we need to go cook some more recipes and stuff because we're running pretty low. I'm not gonna buy any ingredients from anyone because their prices are just ridiculous. Let's just find a cooking fire and hope that I have enough ingredients to get going. Okay, so here we are. I'm looking to make some more of our... Okay, chèvre radish salad with pumpkin seeds. Increase maximum magicka and stamina by 4,936 for 1 hour. Or we can just go for... We had a recipe that increases, yeah, this increases maximum magicka by 6,047 for 35 minutes. We had one that increased magicka by quite a lot for an hour. I guess not. Oh, this was it. Increased maximum magicka by 5,320 for 2 hours. So, I want both magicka and stamina, so let's craft this. Okay, we have 25 servings. That's more than enough. Maybe next time we should go find a guild trader and see if there are any new upgraded recipes that could possibly be much better than the one we currently have. Let's see here. Guild trader. We'll check those out before we leave, but for now, let's go try to solve this mystery. Okay, we're inside the kin house, but we're more than half an hour in, so I think we're going to take a break here. We'll be right back with more Elder Scrolls Online.